So, welcome to A View from Section C, the final four edition.
Yeah, baby.
Larso,
Yeah,
what
baby.
a weekend, eh?
Tell me about it.
Oh
Tell me
my
about it.
days, that's
Where do we start?
well. We start with, if obviously listening to this when you've came onto the show, not on YouTube but on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, you will have heard the new introduction music to the show. We would like to thank Endor for allowing us to use "Pump It Up" as the introduction music for A View from Section C.
Yeah.
Thought, you know what, we've used it all season in games, gets the crowd going. It got we going on Sunday. I thought, you know what, I'm gonna slide into his DMs here, and no for those purposes. See if we can use this. And he messaged me back saying, you know what, crack on, and all the best for the playoffs. So big shout out to DJ Endor for allowing me to use Pump It Up.
Junior, it just goes to show a view from Section C is going global now.
Well,
We've got
global. The boys for Brighton.
it's global with me. It's global with me. He's famous worldwide.
Yeah,
We've got
don't
the
you know?
top
Pump It
DJ.
Up.
Yeah, we've got the top DJs listening into us now.
Yeah, so
But
even a well wish as well for the Stars from him.
yeah,
For the
yeah.
weekend. So yeah, now we've started with that. Where do we start
Oh
with the hockey?
God,
Um,
fuck. I'm not joking, right? In work since Monday morning, I've been telling us, would you shut up with the pump it up, and are you going to shut up we freed from desire?
I know
I just go
I
about.
couldn't
I'm
stop singing
either
it and whistling it.
I'm either humming it, I'm whistling it. One of the
Yeah,
best things that I seen was after the game had finished, people were leaving the arena, and everybody was still singing it.
yeah.
I felt bad. I felt bad for Spencer because he lost his tune for that one night to Benson. Right, I really do. Because
Yeah,
let's be honest, it's Doro's tune, right?
yeah.
But I'm sure he's happy enough that we gave it to Sebi on Sunday night on the way out that right.
But
But
it's true though. Benson is on fire.
it's ridiculous,
But
absolutely
yeah,
ridiculous.
it's
I've
you know what
never seen anything like that.
this feels. It feels a bit more special. So I don't know why. It feels a bit more special and a bit more of an achievement this time getting round to the final four.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
totally
The
agree.
year we beat Clan in both those games in the years previous, with Farina and Scarcella and all that. But I don't know why this just feels different. It felt like I don't know if it's just because it was Sheffield and it was the bigger team.
I think it was.
Glasgow. Braehead. At that time they obviously they were slightly higher than us in the standings, and that's how they got it. But I think Sheffield is one of your favourites to win it.
Yeah,
And I think that's what made it so special and such an achievement to get there. And all the ups and downs with COVID and all that shit as well, and injuries. But we'll not go into excuses. We'll not go into Aaron
no,
Fox mode here.
no, nah. But get what? I've got notes written down. I've got notes written down from episode 6, right? And I can't mind if it was a 2-game weekend or a 3-game weekend, right? But I've got down injured players. I've got a question mark against Mo, so he might have been struggling.
Yeah.
Ingalls, Lawrence, Dorovic, Songe, Benson, Rongier.
Yeah.
Haas was suspended, followed
Yep.
by Sills getting suspended.
Yeah.
I didn't hear our coach once say, RA boys were injured. That's how we lost the game.
I know.
Never heard it once.
Yeah. But
Fucking great
listen,
bust fucker.
that's what happens when you've got money and you should be achieving things and winning things, and they didn't win things, so they go to excuses. Finnerty done it for years.
Yeah.
Ploughed loads of money into a club, didn't win.
Yep.
Excuses came out. I think
Exactly.
Daryl's got that book. Finnerty must have
Yeah.
left it down in Sheffield.
I'll tell you, because he, to me, are the awards that have went out this over the past wee well. Aaron Fox has won
Yeah.
the Ryan Finnerty excuse of the year awards.
100%.
100%. Absolute
Yeah.
greeting boss.
Yeah.
But get what, for teams to go there to qualify for the Final Four. And Sheffield are a big club. Let's not get away with it, right? They're a massive club. Probably the biggest.
I was going to say, probably the biggest, yeah.
Yeah. But they've always seemed to have had this sense of entitlement. Certainly some of their fans have got this sense of entitlement.
Yeah. Lost a team like Dundee.
Exactly. A wee team.
What do you mean, like Dundee?
It's a disgrace. Disgrace that we're getting beat from a team like Dundee. What do they mean by that? It's what is it? 17 skaters? 17-2, 19-2 on the bench.
Yeah, 17-2.
17-2. Right. There's 17-2 on our bench, and there's 17-2 on their bench.
Yeah.
That's it. And I think if you ask their players, they'll turn around and say, well, we got beat by the better team twice.
A lot of their fans have actually said that the better team won over the two games. But they're still saying that, they won over the two games, but we should have beat them.
Exactly. But you shouldn't have beat them. Oh, come on, maybe you should have. But if you're listening, you fucking never.
Aye. What was Posey's Facebook message again? What was he put on Facebook? Did you see it?
Oh,
did you see that?
That was I think a message.
Well done, Dundee Stars. Get that right round you and tag David Sims. Fucking right.
I think I responded to Plusy by saying, and the winner of social media is Mr. Scott Plus.
Yep, tremendous. Absolutely love that.
Definitely.
Absolutely hate Sims. And I believe he's due Ryan Buchanan £50 as well now.
£50 there. There was a ceiling. There was a bet going, £50 bet. But is he going to pay it? I'm hoping he does.
I'm never due people money. Oh, fuck off, fucking pretentious prick. Anyway,
there's a lot of bad language already. Like, we better put disclaimers out. The Bairns are listening.
Listen, I said it on Sunday before the game started. There's going to be a lot of swearing tonight, and by means there were. So, quarterfinal review: Sheffield Steelers, Dundee Stars. So, look, that's how small it is. You can actually still see parts of us in the camera this week. Sheffield Steelers 0, Dundee Stars 1 after the first leg. 2 goalless periods. And then Sebastian Bengtsson at 57-21, assisted by Timmy Lattinen and Charlie Combs to give the Stars a 1-0 win. Shannon was watching it. I was out reffing. Came in just as we scored. Yeah. So Stoney actually texted me back and said that maybe you should have stayed in the house and watched the whole game, maybe we would have scored more. But 1-0 win. I believe the Stars played the perfect road game. Defend, you need to hit on the break when you want, when you can. To get a shutout in Sheffield.
I was delighted unreal. For Mo. I was delighted for Mo because he did the shutout against Fife.
Yep.
Going into Sheffield, and I think the last time we went into Sheffield, Britton was in the goal and we won. Yep. And it's all I always keep thinking that what was it like the last time we were there? We won. Britton was in the goal, and then I keep thinking, God, here's pressure on Mo because we've won. Yep. I never played. I'm now the number one. I'm back in again, and he puts in a shutout. Outstanding.
I think about 32 saves or something, 33 saves or something he had.
You know what, Junior? I don't think there was a lot of difference in the shots. Like, it wasn't as if we were totally outplayed and we were 32-20
something.
Yeah, it was stats-wise. It seemed to be an even game, especially with shots on goal and stuff like that. But I must admit, what a move by Lattinen for the winner.
I was surprised it was Lattinen. There was a wee burst of pace.
Yeah.
He's not been the quickest skater this year.
It just opened up and he just went right to the net.
Yeah. It was
brilliant. And what a celebration, even by Bengtsson. He's not a guy for really showing a lot of emotion.
I know, but playoff hockey.
Yeah, big goal. And then you see for the camera angle, the players skate away, and wee Charlie's high-fiving Abdi at the plexi.
No, Charlie's banging on the plexi. He is slapping it.
Loved it.
You looked at it there. 32 shots to 23 in favour of Sheffield.
It's not a massive amount, really.
no, the Elite League have their shots on goal, and that's shots on goal, and they
Yeah.
have their shots in total, and the shots in total were 55-41. So again, still not that much
No.
difference with
So there's
puck going towards the net.
9 shots of a difference over a game. There's only 3 shots differential over each period. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Um,
What a result. Must admit, feared the worst.
yeah.
And I did say, and Liz and Ashley mentioned it on Sunday, after Sunday's game. Senior called it again, eh? Keep
What
it
did you
close.
call? Yeah.
Keep it close. I didn't expect the closeness to be that we would win with nothing. Keep it close.
No, we
I
both
just
said,
had a feeling
both said
that
you
we were going to take them at Dundee.
Yeah.
And,
So yeah, 1-0 win.
yeah.
Ecstatic. Over the moon.
Definitely.
And then we come in at home.
Yeah.
Buzz around the rink. And then we go down 2-0, 3-0. So I'd said it just before the lights went down. I have a fear that Valorant's going to light this up tonight. And he did. So Valorant at 9:59 on the power play. He then scored his second at 14:22. Then good friend of Section C, Martin Littell, at 20:59.
He's an angry wee man, is he?
About a very angry wee man. I'm going to come
my
back onto the
God.
screen for this one, and I'll put the screen back up against the goal scorers. But he is a very angry little man.
Honestly,
he definitely has wee man syndrome.
It's ridiculous what they were. Like, well, let's be honest, right? My mate Dowdy got a power, right? And he sat there and he just laughed. Right? You seen the shoulders going, you seen his head was turning, he was laughing, but Littell was going apeshit.
It's every time he came off the ice and he either never got a call or he never got a pass or he missed a shot and he came off slamming his stick on the plexi.
Yeah.
The guy's a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
about 9 minutes later from when he scored, he shouts up to us, "Have you seen the scoreboard?"
Yeah.
Well, Martin, just for your
scoreboard.
pleasure again, this is the scoreboard. Calvis Ozils brought one back at 37:51, assisted by Charlie Coleman and Sebastian Bengtsson on the power play. And that was a much, much needed goal going into the break. You know, just to be on this, the score sheet. I think if we'd not scored that, it would have been. Yeah.
You're only one goal behind to go overtime.
Yeah. But I think even just before those two power plays, I think I'd say to you as well, I can't see us scoring tonight. And then start the third period, we come in 52-26, Sebastian Bengtsson on the odd man rush, assisted by Charlie Combs and Kyle Haas. I was hoping Haas was actually just going to go straight to the net with this one and go through the goalie. But we picked out a nice wee pass. Charlie over to Seb and back door. Here we go. And then another good friend of Section C right now, currently got a wee Twitter war going on with him. And he said he doesn't, but he did. He laughed at an injury. Then ex-Fife reject, Mr. Jones, takes a penalty. Stupid penalty take. Why slash him? He's not going nowhere with the puck. Sebastian Bengtsson on the power play, assisted by Charlie Combs and Philippe Songe at 58-55. And then the empty net goal at 59-39, scored by Dylan Lawrence. Not Sebastian Bengtsson, Dylan Lawrence.
Definitely.
And what a play. Just you even saw the strides in him to get to that loose puck to just get it down the ice. There's actually a video, I don't know who put it up, I think it's Steph Boyle that's put it up, and everyone's just, it's coming down the ice and everyone's just like, is it going in? I'm standing with my hands in the air. I knew it. I knew it was going in. The angle it was at, I'm like, that's in. It's fucking in. And
it's
noise.
I know. It's either Steph or Eileen that put it up.
Yeah, the noise from that goal. Oh, I'm glad Stars TV put up that empty netter without the commentary. I would have loved to have heard the one before it as well, because I think that was just as loud, if not louder, because that's the goal that got wet ahead. But
it was the same, like what you're saying about Ozils, the goal. We needed to get that goal at that point, and you said, we really need to get a goal before we go into the break. Just before Seb scored, Connor Kerr went over to me and went, Lazo, he says, we really need to score. He says, but I just can't see it coming. I just can't see it coming. The next thing, he's on my back. There was limbs every place. Honestly, it was. I think I've said it a couple of times. It was like football mentality on Sunday night. The atmosphere, it was more like a football atmosphere than an ice hockey atmosphere. We made it intimidating. I think the crowd got to them, certainly got to Lital. We got to the bench. We got to a couple of other players, and it seemed to go. But
that's the second time I've got to Lital now. I got him in the last game that we beat them as well.
The biggest, for me, the biggest game changer thing came when Pavel had an issue with his chin strap.
Too many Gregs.
That for me, that was a wee bit of changing in the game there, because the break come at a good point for us. We were back in the game. The crowd got in the game, and Omar just said to them, every one of you has got on the ice.
Yep.
And that was, it was like, for me, I felt we're in this together now. You've not just left 5 players leaning at the board or a couple of them skating about. The whole team was there. The fans got behind the whole team, and the whole mood began to lift. And I think that's when they absolutely shut the bed.
Yeah, it was just constant. The music playing and the drumming and the chanting, like the clapping, and then when we were getting ready to go back to the face-off, everyone starts cheering again, and it was just that sense of togetherness. But honestly, what a third period performance. I'm going to be honest, right? See, up until that third period, we were poor. The passing was poor.
The passing was very poor.
Very
we
sloppy.
said that. There was other people saying it as well. Pass to the stick. It was in front. It was behind. It was bouncing. Yeah, we weren't at our best. Put it that way. And then I think this has got a bit of belief, eh?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think it wasn't the best performance first and second. We got the goal. Me and Calvis actually had the same celebration at that goal. I literally just grabbed the air and just threw my hand forward, and he just replicated. I was like, "Okay, we're all on the same page here."
Yeah.
And then, Seb. You know what can we say about him? 2 great finishes.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
You know, we spoke about Charlie this year. Obviously, Charlie and Charlie were top goal scorers. They kept kind of overtaking each other on that, and Charlie kind of ran away with it in the last weekend. But you know, Charlie was phenomenal as well at times on Sunday, even just to set the goals up. You know, a few assists there. I think 2 or 3 assists there.
At times
Seb
he's unplayable.
1+2.
At times he's unplayable. And
unbelievable.
It's the speed that he goes at. I think that's it's probably the same in every sort of sport where you're on your feet. That speed gets you places, and it's the feint. As soon as he gets going and he feints, the D-man's gone.
Yeah,
but he can get back the other way quicker. But the atmosphere, even after the game, even in the car park, people had their windies down. They had the music on.
No. You had your windy down and you had your music on. And me and Shannon sat in the car and we weren't moving. And fuck it, let's go to Nando's. We went to Nando's for our tea. No, the one thing for me, right, that capped off the whole night was Calvis Ozils on the fucking plexi. And also Dean Flynn on the plexi in the DJ box. He was standing over the equipment on the plexi like this. It was tremendous. Oh my God, it was tremendous. And guess what? Mike Donnelly fucking missed it.
Yeah, that's what he gets for being fucking supporting the red shit. You know what I mean?
Listen, for those of you who don't really know us, Lars an Everton fan, I'm a Liverpool fan, but to miss the playoff quarter-final at home, to go to Anfield for the Liverpool derby. Mike, you're out. Get right out.
Right out. Never come back.
nah,
That's it.
You're not getting to the playoffs.
No,
So looking ahead,
he's not getting it. Yeah.
looking ahead. So this is where the playoff tree looks like: Belfast, Dundee, Cardiff, and Guildford. It was so close to being Coventry, Dundee, Glasgow, Guildford.
I know.
What a weekend
Yeah.
that would have been had
Yeah. You know
had
what?
it been those four.
See, really deep down, I'm actually glad because I think we end up with Glasgow in the semi-final.
Yeah.
And I don't think I would have been able to bear it if Glasgow had knocked us out in the semi-finals.
They wouldn't have, because they're shite.
They would. But if they did, could you imagine what it'd be like?
Oh, I know. Yeah,
Yeah.
but no, so Belfast Giants for us. You know, what a 2 games they had against Coventry by the sounds of it as well.
Yeah.
Going to penalty shots. Our boy Pickenich coming up with the goods to
We're
win
saying
it.
it, did we? We say
I'm
it
standing.
for
We're standing, going through the all. I'm reading out the tweets to section C as it's coming through. Because I think it was end of the second for us, wasn't it? Reading the tweets out, who's up next, who's missed, who's scored, and they kept missing. I say, why the fuck is Pickenich not on it yet? JJ is going to score the winner here. Up he comes, JJ. What a player! But yeah, Belfast Giants. I don't fear the worst because it's one game. Anything can happen, but also again, anything can happen against the best team in the league.
Yeah.
You know, Belfast come out and absolutely steamroll us. Or
on you go.
Go on, let's go. Prediction time. Here we go already. Here we
you
go.
Want me to call it now? I'll call it now.
This isn't a prediction. Right? This is, as Paul Heyman would say, this is not a prediction. This is a spoiler.
Right. So the spoiler is, for those of you who are old enough to remember the last BNL Player of the Year awards, right? This was when Stars went on to win the playoffs against Guildford. And I done a speech at the Player of the Year awards. And I stood up and I said, I'm not caring how poor we've been at times during the season. We're in the final, or we're in the playoffs, and we're going to win them. And Roger Hunt took me aside after it and says, I can't believe you've said that. And I went, but I believe that. He went, yeah. He says, and I believe you as well. And everybody else is beginning to believe you as well. Yeah. So here's the prediction. We're winning this. I'm telling you now. We are winning this.
I hope so.
I'm telling you, it'll be tough. But there's something that this is like the last BNL stuff. And Hockey Gran will remember it because Hockey Gran, we were involved in the supporters club. Yep. Hockey Gran will certainly remember the speech. There'll be others who were there. And when I said it, I've just got this, the feeling I've got now is exactly the same feeling as I had back then. Everybody wrote us off.
And the thing is, it genuinely can be any of those 4 teams that win it this year.
No.
No, but we're saying it's us. But again, any of the 4 could win it. You know, it's not like Belfast.
So
Belfast's our favourite.
Yeah.
But
and rightly so.
Yeah, and but they can lose to anyone. We've beat them this year. Guildford have beat them this year. Cardiff have beat them this year.
The 4 teams that have qualified. The 4 teams that have qualified have all lost to one another, and have also beat one another.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter what permutation you go in at. I think all the teams have won games and have lost games.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, Junior. Someone tells me we're sneaking it in.
So obviously we won't be there Saturday because it's just fucking ridiculous. Prices are ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. The Elite League are greedy bastards. That's all it comes down to.
Yeah.
However,
and they've now shot in their own nest because the big team, or certainly the 2 big teams, haven't qualified, who would have taken up the majority of that crowd.
Yeah. And if we do make it, sorry, because we've already had the spoiler, when we make it to the final, we'll be driving down early hours morning on Sunday.
You're driving down.
I'll drive down early hours on the Sunday.
Because I'll need to sleep
Final
on my way.
final's usually about 4 o'clock anyway, so it'll not be too bad.
No, I think it's 5.
Is it 5 now? It used to about 4 or 5. It's still not too bad.
Wait,
You're
no.
leaving not about
Wait, I'll
7, 8
go all
o'clock.
professional and look at my phone. But
There we go. There we go. Actually, is it on here? Nah.
No, it's only got the 2 semi-finals.
Yeah, so even then, evening, 4 or 5 o'clock. Yeah, plenty of time to get back up the road. I'm off the next day anyway. It's a public holiday.
Oh, you're off the next day. Your wife's off the next day, but I'm not.
We'll take a holiday then.
Too late.
It's no fucking never too late.
It is too late when the boy that worked with you left to work today.
just call in sick, Lar. How many sick days have you ever took?
No, but the only thing is now that you've mentioned it, Steve Kane listens to this. So if I'm off on Monday, Steve Kane is now going to turn around and say he's at it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So, are you predicting a score then for Belfast game?
Stars in overtime.
Yeah.
Stars in overtime, and they'll win. They'll win the final by 1 or 2.
Okay. I'm gonna. So we're not gonna be pessimistic at all, right? So we're gonna be optimistic. Stars are gonna win Saturday. Okay. Stars win. It's gonna be 3-2 in overtime.
Okay.
Seb's popping up with either the equaliser or the game winner. Sunday, we're playing Cardiff in the final, and we're winning it 2-1.
Yeah, I wouldn't argue with
And
that.
McNally's getting his head kicked in again.
You can't. That's not happening. Yeah, but it's not happening now, is it?
Nah, of course it's
not happening now.
No, he's too fucking chicken shit to go with anyone.
But
so
massive weekend. Well, massive day. Well, it's a weekend. It's a massive weekend for the fans, right? But for the players, let's go old school here and say let's just take one game at a time.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all the players can do.
We said it last week. We've got to take it one game at a time.
That's it.
Sheffield away. Do your job.
Yeah.
Come back Sunday with a good result. Do your job.
That's it.
Get to the semis. Do your job.
They're good enough.
Yeah.
They're definitely good enough.
It's 4 cup finals. Done 2. 2 more to go.
Yeah. Like, the Giants are going to be so difficult to beat. They will.
Oh, God, yeah.
We've got to be... We have to be at it defensively.
Yeah.
And we have to be at it goaltending, net-minded, right?
Yeah.
We've got to be at it at that end of the ice. Shut down JJ, Conway, and Goodwin.
Easier said than done.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. But if you can, then it's, to me, it's close to being a level playing field. It's close to being a level playing field anyway.
Yeah.
And it'll depend on who's available for us and who's not.
Yeah, let's just hope at least Spencer's back.
We need Dorowicz back. We definitely need him back.
Yeah. Obviously, O'Brien's out, kind of done now, I think, with his broken hand or fracture or whatever it is in his wrist.
But
you need Spencer. And I hope it's not too
back.
Serious with him.
I know,
No, it's just,
he seems to be...
random. Yeah.
Like, we seen him walking in, he seemed to be cheery enough.
Yeah. Near limp.
After the game, he seemed not near limp.
He was
after the game.
He was punching the plexi with both fists at the end of the game, so it's not his hands. Maybe
just a muscle
upper
thing,
body or bit too tight or something.
Maybe
needs a good rub down.
Yeah, listen, if it's to get him fit for the semi final, I'll give him that rub down if he needs it. We need him back, We really, really do.
Yeah.
Because for me, he is the link between Charlie and Seb.
Yeah.
And this is no disrespect to, I think it was Timmy got moved up to the line, was it? I think the game became too fast for Timmy.
I'd said that at the time. I think, I'd actually said the first 2 periods that Seb and Timmy were very, very quiet. in terms of the
Yeah.
performance. And then obviously Seb kind of comes in and shuts everyone up as he normally does.
As he does. It's like he hears things, is it?
Yeah. But Latanen, yeah, Timmy just like Latanen's not a quick skater. He
He's more of a
doesn't
glider.
grind it out. Yeah, he glides. I was about to say grinds it out. He glides it. Like he's no got the kind of the quickness of Seb and Charlie, and him trying to keep up on that line just wasn't doing it for him. Because actually, we saw at one point Gabe went back on the line with those two.
Yeah.
To speed it up a bit. No disrespect to Timmy at all. It's just
none
that's
at all. No.
That's the way he plays, and
yeah,
that's how he does it. It just we needed somebody quick on that line, and it's the Dorowich speed and tenacity that you need on that line. To get
it
the
just
best
goes
of
to
those
show
two.
the way that everybody's got different opinions who should have played on that line and whatnot. The coach obviously knew best, as he normally does.
Yeah.
If it was me, I'd have put Rongier on that line.
What a game he had, by the way. He was just fucking hitting everything. He wasn't getting two shits.
No.
If I get concussed again, I'm going to semi-finals.
Yeah, definitely. and he played at a fast level.
Yeah.
He did.
Yeah.
And to top it off for me was his celebration.
Yeah,
right into the bench.
Yeah, we saw Sanche sitting there already, and then he comes jumping on it next to him.
Yeah.
But the thing with Rongier is, and I've heard it from a couple of people now, that obviously he's had quite a few concussions, 2 or 3 concussions of his career. That this could be his last year potentially.
Maybe
playing pro hockey if that's the recurring injury that he's got. So yeah, but listen, we're doing it.
We're there. Doing it. We're there. You got to be in it to win it.
Yeah.
And there's 4 teams or whatever it is, no in it to win it.
Yeah.
6 in total because there's 10 in the league, right? But 2 massive clubs are there.
Yeah.
But this wee team for the north of the border are there. And isn't it interesting that it's Scotland, England, Wales, and Northern Ireland?
Yeah. Home Nations tournament, is it? It's the Home Nations tournament now.
Yeah. So they're not just there for the.
And is that a first?
I honestly couldn't tell you. Because, so when we qualified the last time, we got Cardiff.
And it was Sheffield got to the final against Cardiff.
Did they not get Belfast? No, I can't remember. Really can't remember. There was a year we went.
They did because we played Belfast in the 3rd versus 4th. Yeah. Yeah, because we got pumped in that when everyone was drunk. Yeah. So yeah, let's move on to our last segment now. Probably quicker show this week because obviously we're just reviewing the 2 games. So no senior versus junior this week. We are going to move on to our own Player of the Year awards now,
which is a bit senior versus junior because it'd be interesting to see if we've agreed or disagreed.
Now there's 2 awards though, 2 special mention awards. Now, Larzo, you're not in on this. I've just kind of thought of this on the spot. So one, you've already mentioned it. First award is the Ryan Finnerty Excuse Award, and that is going to be kindly presented to Aaron Fox. He is the winner of that. However, Aaron couldn't be with us today, so we'll do the acceptance speech on his behalf.
Because we could maybe ask one of our off-season guests if he would accept it.
Oh my god! I think Dowdy'd walk off the show at that point. But we will accept it on his behalf.
But that was a spoiler there.
Yeah, we will accept that award on his behalf and say, that he did have a lot of guys out injured at the weekend and all season. And it was a difficult season for them. But to get that award for the Ryan Finnerty Excuse Award, then, he's happy with that. So he'd like to thank everyone for sticking by his excuses this year. And you'll see you next season after he got his contract extended for God knows why, because he's still one fuck all. The other award...
He's actually won the same amount of trophies as Gerard Adams. And he got punted. And this guy... this guy gets an extension.
Yeah. The other award goes to the biggest baby award of the season. And again, this person couldn't be here to accept it. However, the winner of this award goes to Glasgow Clan's Malcolm Cameron for his wonderful display of rolling his fist into hands at officials, trying to kick dogs, kissing his sister, and treating players like homeless people, trying to get food, to get points. So the biggest crybaby award goes to Malcolm, and again, couldn't be here, but he just sent a little message to myself privately just to say, thanks for the award. I'll put it up nicely with the dogs that I've got.
Yes.
So,
or the stuffed dogs that he got that exploded. He got a job on the side as a taxidermist.
Fucking hell. Oh, people listening to the show are thinking, what the fuck is going on with these two tonight? So, our Player of the Year awards. Right, so let's go. We're going to go in reverse order of what we've probably got them down as. So, first off, we're going to go with Unsung Hero of the Year award.
Right.
So,
would you like me? Right, so
Larson, you can go first on this one.
No problem. So, I think, who was it that got the clubs?
It was Mr.
Spencer
Dorowich.
Yep, okay. I would disagree with that.
Okay.
I think the unsung hero of the year is Philippe Sonche.
Sonche.
What a player. I think that guy, right? Everybody else is taking the plaudits all year, right? Whether it's been Charlie, whether it's been Seb, whether it's been Kyle, even Spencer, but Sonche gets the shit kicked to him every game.
Yep.
And he goes back for more. Sunday, to me, was a classic example. Looked like a fairly serious injury. He goes off, he gets treatment, he comes back. We see early with him on the bench. He's still getting treatment.
He was out cold on that ice.
Yeah, I think he was. Goes back, and now what's the next thing he's doing? He's fighting with Jonathan Fox.
No, David Phelps. It's the one with the
Phelps.
receding hairline.
David Phelps, sorry. I knew it was a Phelps.
like I'd said in the national anthem, what the fuck is that on his head? Just shave it off, Davey. Fucking hell.
For me, Sonche, unsung hero.
Yeah.
Just did not give up at all. Really.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously we're picking players, but special mention, and I actually said it on social media about I think it was the guy. Was it Richard Wallace? Is that his name? Guy he spoke to at the end of the game on Sunday. Sandy Wallace with the cowboy hat.
Yes.
Sandy put a post up about, unsung heroes, stuff like that. And honest, not just saying it because, we're friends with her. Yeah, but early Bev, what unsung hero on that bench. You think of the amount of injuries that has went on during that time, like that weekend you were speaking about with the Haas suspension, the Sill suspension, and then that list of players that were injured and got them back quickly. It wasn't just, we need to wait. Like, they would have waited, without a doubt, but it was how quickly they got them back in. So the amount of work that the medical staff have put in has been unreal this year. But no, my unsung hero, I've had to agree with the club. Spencer Dorowich. I gave him unsung because there's never anything about him. Like, not a big point production player. He goes out and he does all the dirty stuff all the time. Gets in the dirty areas, the hustle, the tenacity, the physicality, and it's every game. Never takes a night off. He's always stand out. And people don't really speak about Dorowich. And I'll tell you, he's probably one of the best skaters in the team as well.
Yeah, I totally agree with that.
Skating's unreal.
Yeah.
I would have him back as player assistant coach next year, or even or captain if Dryden was to maybe move up into that role of player assistant coach. I would have him.
Like, how many times have we spoke to Ian Robertson?
Oh yeah.
And
does everything.
Robo always mentions Dorovic, always,
Yeah, he does everything.
and especially his skating ability. So,
Yeah.
so you went with Spencer,
Yep.
I went with
El
Saw
Toro
Jay.
Loco.
Yeah. Where
So
you going next?
most improved.
Right. You go first.
So for me, a lot of people are going to find this quite funny. I'm going to say this, but my most improved is Sebastian Bengtsson. Sebi, at the start of the season, wasn't really much coming from on points production wise. Didn't really stand out on any of the lines or that. And he got a lot of shit on social media to begin with, especially from
Yeah. Didn't
one
he, Mikey
Mikey
Kid?
Kidd. Yeah, Mikey. Fat boy with a humble pie over there.
Yeah.
But wasn't really doing much. And then all of a sudden, bang, here we go. And for me, it's most improved in terms of where he started to where he finished at. Not so much that might have always been in his locker, just we didn't get it at the start necessarily. I think that's how I've went with him as the most improved because we saw the change from him at the start right to the end.
Okay. You'll not be surprised to hear that I shall disagree with yourself.
Yep.
And
I
I'll
was
also
torn between two for that one.
Okay. I'll disagree with yourself, and I shall also disagree with the club. And the reason why I disagree with them, right, is these guys are imports. And I'm a great believer in imports should not be winning most improved player of the year awards.
Yeah.
The imports are in to do a job, right? So with that, my most improved player
Here he goes.
is the Welsh
Yeah.
Wall.
That was
Has
my
to
other
be.
choice.
Yeah.
It's my other choice.
The Welsh Wall. Because all the plaudits that have went out to the guys for getting us to the final four, there was a span of 14 games, was it? That he started? Was it as many as that?
As many as that?
I
Nah.
can't. Maybe
No,
8. Whatever it was. Whatever it was.
Aye, maybe half of that.
I would probably say 95% of the fan base had wrote us off at that point.
Yeah.
And that laddie came in and stood on his head.
Yeah.
And he looked unflappable. Never even looked nervous. It was just like, meh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
shit happens, eh? And that's it. So, yeah.
And let's
most
be honest,
improved, definitely.
Papa Mo was there to help him out.
Guaranteed.
You know?
Guaranteed.
Think of the experience Mo's got, okay? Whether or not you like him as a player or not, as a goalie or not, and whether you think he's had a good season or a shit season, the experience he's got and the knowledge he's got would have helped Britton out massively.
I would think so. I would have expected Mo to be just blaring away on, keeping him calm, telling him what to expect, and just talk him through things and just be there.
Yeah.
And he certainly proved me wrong, eh? And from what was sort of, we got a wee glimpse in a couple of games last year, and we thought, yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Till now,
yeah,
most improved, just for me.
Yeah.
Right.
So your British player.
Well, I've just said it. I've just said it has to be Priest.
Double award winner for a
double award winner. Yeah, Britton Priest. Okay. Yeah. There's a few that are there. I think Moorsey has been really, really good as the season got. The longer the season got, I think Moorsey got better. I think Chris just turns up every game, and it was good to see him coming back from a bad injury. Rotkus chipped in with some big goals. Callie started to get ice time, started to show what he could do and get a couple of points. Yep. Started to show what he could do. Craig Garrigan played really well at times. Penalty killing.
Yeah. Big thing for him, penalty kill.
Oh, definitely. Because he's like a wee buzz bomb, is he? He's just everywhere. He just changes, back forward.
and then you've got your young boys of Ben Brown, even Drew to start the season,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Peyton is the technically the backup.
Yeah.
Young guys coming through.
Could only be one
But
winner for me was Britton.
yeah, well, my British Player of the Year, it had to go to one of our own. I had to go with Chris Ingles this year.
Okay.
For me, Chris is getting Player of the Year from me, Brit of the Year from me, because he certainly, it's more the fact that he's taken on that senior leader role already at the age that he's at.
Yeah.
He's an alternate captain. Is it for home games? He is it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
An alternate captain. The bad injury he got, how quickly he came back, slotted right back in on that line, back in the defensive pairings, and just there's no shit with him either. He looks
Yeah.
after the team, looks after the goalie. Even had good pal Jordan Cowney by the neck at one game.
But they were cuddling.
Aye, a wee necky in the corner.
That's what it was. That's how it was. They were whispering sweet nothings to one another.
But
We're going
no,
to fatties. We're going to fatties after the game.
for me, it had to be. It could have been Britton again, but Chris for me was just, to where he was and now where he's at, and that leadership role, and obviously he's taking in the younger guys under his wing as well, probably, and even the new imports, he'll be showing them, this is what we're all about, and feeding them about the rivalries and stuff like that. So yeah, for me, British player was our pal Kringles.
Yeah, and then the big one.
And the player of the year, I think we're going to be unanimous on this one. Can only be one.
I'm the one. I'm not an arse of this, and
Well,
we suddenly and we go at the same time. We come up with 12 different players.
Well, if we go at the same time, are you going to have an achy breaky heart?
No.
Player of the year, Charlie Combs, is it?
No. Nope.
Oh, Larzo has changed it up. So my player of the year is Charlie Combs.
There you go.
Because let's be honest, it's got to be him. Top point scorer, top goal scorer, top 3 goal scorer.
Shocker Rooney, yeah.
He's
Shocker
just
Rooney.
Yeah.
I
love him. He's got to be back next year, eh?
He's lit. Well, this is the thing now. Look what happened the last time we reached the final 4.
Yeah.
Team broke up.
Yeah.
And listen, I'll never grudge anybody moving on to bigger and better things. Like we never had a beef with Farina. He went to Cardiff. That's a bigger move.
Yeah.
I would be pissed if they went to somebody like a Sheffield, Nottingham.
Yes.
If they're going to go and play in the elite league, and if they're listening, go to Belfast, go to Cardiff.
Yeah.
You'll know
in Belfast,
then I go to Sheffield, then I go to Nottingham.
Belfast, you've got your CHL, so you'd be playing Champions League. You know what I mean? But yeah, Charlie Combs.
We win this playoff, we get a shout at the Continental Cup.
I know. Can you imagine those away games?
hope your passport's up to date.
It is, because I'm obviously going on honeymoon soon. So.
Oh, I see that. Okay, I'll give you that. But listen, let's think she's got problems booking to our buses. Wait till she's got to book planes.
Book the flights and everything. This will be the year that they host it in Belfast or something again.
Ken and Urlock, they'll host it in Fife or something.
But yeah, for me, could only be Mr. Combs.
Okay. So who was your unsung player?
Doro.
That's my player of the year.
Is it? I thought you might have went Haas there.
Nah. I thought about it. I really, really did. No, I had to go with Spencer. I think Spencer, like you've got him sort of unsung.
Yeah.
I've got him at player of the year. And I know, like what you're saying, what Charlie and Sebi have brought points production wise, but for me, Spencer is your ultimate teammate. He done a lot of the donkey work for the guys. throughout the season, gave everything, got in amongst it if you had to. And it seems like Dave Doon, he seems to be a really genuine guy. I've said it a few times on here that on Twitter when we announced him, there was a girl from America was on about how good this guy was and
You
whatnot.
speak about this lassie from America a lot about this.
This, I do, because I'll tell you, she got it spot on,
Yeah.
Absolutely spot on. And yeah, for me,
Just
Doro's been there at the time,
I've just seen a tweet. So Dean Flynn had put the Titanic music over the empty netter.
Right, okay.
And Kyle Haas has just retweeted it, saying, "Ha ha ha, there is no way." Loads of laughing faces. "My heart will go on makes this video 1,000 times better." It's absolutely fucking tremendous, eh? It's just brilliant. But yeah, that's us. Final 4 edition of A View from Section C done. I didn't think. Well, I hoped we were going to get to do it. I was very. We're going to get to do it, but yeah. Listen, let's hope next week's episode is us celebrating, and we're going to have to get make sure there's videos.
A View from Section C
playoff
winning edition. Mark my words.
If it
and
is
before I go, I want to get a big shout out to Hunty. Me and Hunty have went back a long time, as you know, through the football, right? But I'll tell you one thing, he's a top bloke, because when I says that we weren't going because with your honeymoon situation and stuff like that, he actually offered to take me down in the car, like. Yeah, you were bumped, son. Well, you were bumped.
Where's our fucking invite to go down the car, Hunty? No, they fucking shout on the podcast now. Nah, you're not getting it.
Listen,
I'll mute you if you keep going.
And look, you take off with your pals to watch the games, and I get no invite. And I think Hunty must have known that, right? Hunty's known that.
It's different when you're going out to their house for a barbecue to watch the games.
Well, Hunty's moved to Nottingham, so
what? Ken, what? You're not getting in my car if we make it to the final, then.
Exactly.
Aye.
Nah, so big shout out to Hunty. He did offer. There was transport there. The only reason I had to knock it back is he's coming back on Monday. Can't get off work.
Again, pull a sickie.
No, I can't. I'm not.
Right, well.
And also Twitter, OSC. I've still got seats left.
OSC still have seats left?
Yes, on the bus. Yeah,
is that for section 11? Is that in the clan section?
Is that whose section it is?
Yeah, section 10 and 11, I think it is our clan sections. We're just fucking taking over them.
You couldn't sell all your tickets.
We're the only club to sell our section out. I know. I was saying this to Ali Brooks earlier. It's so annoying at the same time that we have sold it out, because we are just bowing down to the fucking Elite League's greed by giving them the money for the tickets. You know, he's ended up. So obviously he's got a young lad who would be a child ticket, and they're taking his pal with them. And they're £440. It's ridiculous that child and students and concessions that are all getting charged the same as an adult as well. It's just pure greed. And I say it's a bit disappointing that the year we've made it is when the Elite League have made an arse of their ticket prices and everything. But saying that, going to be more final tickets for us when we get to the final on Sunday. Yeah?
Definitely.
But anyway, yep. Liz Davison a shout. OSC.
Yeah.
It's still available.
And hand in your passport details for the European trips.
I know. I know. But yeah, let's hope we're sitting here this time next week, Larzo. Playoff champions.
Well, let's hope we see everybody on Sunday. Put it that way.
Yeah, we'll see everyone on Sunday. But right, those of you that are there, loud and proud on Saturday. We'll be watching it on the telly. All right. On that note, take care, and we will speak to you next week.